I'm going to show you a different option for white space in layout number 5. We've already done the right side. We're going to be working, I guess we did the left side. Now we're going to be working on the right side. And the setup was similar, just opposite of the last one. And we are going, instead of adhering this first, I'm just going to pile up the pieces. This one I already attached the bottom. That won't work. Okay, we're going to take a new piece of cardstock and look at the measurement on this. The center piece goes right at 6.5. And when you add this piece, we're going from essentially 5.5 to 6.5, a little bit larger. So we have this inch of paper showing. And I'm going to do this on a plain piece of white paper. Let me get one. And we are going to use something called kaleidoscope powder. And it's put out by Maker Forte. They encourage you to use these really interesting brushes, dry brushes. It comes in different colors and it changes colors. I made some samples yesterday using an iridescent on black. Let's see what else I did. I did some background stamping or blending with some distress inks, and I did it on white paper. Then I used that sunspot color on black, and it was lovely. Well, today we're going to try this iridescent on white. And we're going to be mainly dealing with the center of this. Now, close to my heart has some very lovely large stencils. And we have, it's very hard to see. Let's see if we can see it on the black. Not really. It has some with lines, some with hexagons. We're going to do one from this packet, which is packet number 2. We are going to use these concentric squares. So I have my white paper, and remember we're going right in the middle. So I am going to adhere my stencil and my paper down so it doesn't move. I'm adhering it right to my Versamark pad. I think I am anyway. My husband's painting in the other room and he just closed the door because I think there's a process going on in there that's a little noisy. Okay, so I am just anchoring my stencil to my paper. There we go. And I am going to directly ink this water-based ink pad, acid-free, clear, right in the middle. Remember, I'm going from 5.5 to 6.5. Now, you can use, I'm just making lines. You could use a pixie spray to hold this down, but you don't really need to. It's, should be juicy enough that it just spreads. It's a brand new stencil, and I forgot to look to see if there are any pieces in it, so we'll see. So I'm just rubbing this ink on. There. I'm taking it off. Now I'm going to remove my stencil. looks like the lines are pretty good. That line's a little light, but remember, we're just doing a couple inches. Now this can be washed off with a baby wipe. I'm going to do it right away. Now, like I said, Maker Forte sells these beautiful brushes. One to apply the powder and one to sort of buff the powder. But I would like a brush for every single color. And so I found some very reasonable soft makeup brushes. And I'm going to just dip my brush in and rub it where the lines are. Doesn't have to be exact at all because we are going to save it and remove it. And what I'm thinking is this will make a lovely background for a bigger title. And the fun part of this powder is it is iridescent and it will change colors in different angles. So I just have to have the middle covered. It looks like it is. And now I'm going to save that powder right back into the jar. Probably should have put a scratch paper under there to save it better. But I'm just going to remove my pad and do that with a clean makeup brush afterwards. Okay, now I'm going to take my second brush. I'm going to buff it up and I'm going to sort of collect the powder again, sort of toward the middle. Now this one is called Neptune, and I thought with all the pastels on this layout that it would look lovely in the light. I'm just brushing it. I decided just to brush it off onto. There we go. Wow. Now I'm not sure what the light shows there, but it shows a very, very iridescent type feel there. Now, when I go to attach my pieces, let me move my patterns here. Now this has an iridescent over a color, actually 3 different colors, from a light rose all the way to a fire brick, I think, and that's a coral. So I used 3 different colors, I blended them, I put a stencil over, and then I added the iridescence. And that's going to make a nice card base, and I'll show you those cards tomorrow. Okay, let's add the pieces. See what it looks like. Because I already have the bottom piece on, I'm not going to change that. But I'm going to add the top piece and my border piece. And see what it looks like with a little iridescence in the middle. If I like it, I'll add it to both sides of the page. This is an experiment. I haven't done it before. This would be the same size, but upside down. Yeah, I'm just going to take it off gently. Maybe I'm not. I think we have another one of those pinks. Let's cut a piece of pink paper. I guess if you're experimenting, you shouldn't cut it. You shouldn't adhere it before you cut it. Let's look for some hearts. I think we have extra hearts, maybe. Ah, here's a heart piece. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just bending where I want to cut it. I'll get it exact when I get on here. I think it's 5 1/4, yes. So I'm going to be cutting this piece at 5 1/4. That'll go at the bottom. Then we need a little strip of pink. Do I have that pink? Let's find the right pink. Having trouble finding that pink. Just give me a second. I really wasn't thinking as I did this, was I? Not having my supplies now, not necessarily the best thing. All we need is a little teeny piece. So I'm looking at my scraps. Remember I said I thought it would look good with blue? Maybe with the shiny that would look nice. Let's see what we have. I really don't think I have any of that pink. So let's save the pink for the original. And let's try the shiny. Nope, upside down. Okay, I'm not going to adhere this. I'm going to look to see if I have pink hiding, because I actually think I like the pink, because this is a softer color. It's hard to see. I'm just going to show you the whole iridescence there, but it looks lovely. Well, I'm not sure if this is a failed experiment or not, but we tried it, and I'll talk to you more about it in class tomorrow. So that's all for now.